Hey fourth graders, I'm excited to share something new with you. Normally when we do watercolor, we stick with watercolor like this. You've been working with this since you were in kindergarten. I decided it was time to amp things up a little bit. So get excited. We're going to use tube watercolor. And let me tell you, it's amazing. I just learned how to use them this summer and it has changed my watercolor style completely. So let me show you what we're doing. First off, you have to have your supplies all ready. So I have my brushes here and I have 2 water buckets. Now normally we only use 1 water bucket, but this summer I learned something completely new, that if you plan your water buckets accordingly, you can keep your water cleaner for longer. So I have 1 water bucket that's for dirty water, and I have 1 water bucket that's for clean water. So anytime I have a dirty brush, it's going in the cup. Anytime I need fresh, clean water, we're going to the cup. So I've got my brushes. I've got my 2 cups of water. I've got this, but you know what? You're not using this because you're 4th graders. Putting that to the side. I have my painting that I'm about to start on. I've already done my sketch. It's taped down to my board so it stays flat. I have an extra piece of paper just so I can test my colors, because now that I'm in 4th grade, I'm starting to think about things a little more. I'm starting to plan a little more. So you want that white paper as a backup. I have a palette. I have some paper towels to clean my brush and to dry my brush off. And then I have the amazingness that is tube watercolors. Now I am doing this in warm colors and cool colors. So knowing myself and knowing how excited I get, I'm gonna split my colors up, and luckily I've already done that. I have my warmer colors on this side. I have my cooler colors on this side. Now I also know that I get so excited that I want to squirt them all at once, but you know, I don't have the time for that because class time is short, man. So I'm gonna stick my cool colors off to the side for another class. I'm gonna stick with warm colors today. I have to tell you something. It feels so good to squeeze these tubes. Like when you get a fresh tube of toothpaste and you're like, wah! Right in the middle of it and it's awesome, it feels good. Do that at home. Don't do it here. So I'm gonna take my tube, I'm gonna open this up, wah! And I'm gonna put just a smidge. You can see it's just a smidge in there. I don't want a ton because this watercolor, number 1, is amazing. Number 2, it's crazy expensive. It's not like this. This, whatever, you know. This costs some cash. So I'm gonna grab, let's add some yellow. Now I'm not gonna put it in the same one. I'm gonna put it off to the side in the next one because I don't want these 2 colors to blend. I have other spots for them to blend in. I squeezed out about the size of a pea. Does anyone eat peas? I eat peas. I squeezed out about the size of a pea because I don't want too much, but I like to have a little bit to work with. And I'm gonna put my darker here. And that's even less because remember, darker colors are hungrier colors and they'll eat up the lighter colors. So I want less dark, more light. Here we go. I'm super excited for this. I also learned this summer about all these different kinds of brushes. I'm gonna go small and I'm gonna work with a flat brush. I'm gonna put this off to the side so it's easier to see. So I'm going to mix in the middle of here. I'm gonna take my flat brush, I'm gonna go to my clean water, I'm gonna wet it up, I'm gonna wipe it a little, but I do need some water. And I'm gonna add some water to the yellow. I'm just gonna put it down here. Now I don't wanna glump all of the water into this. I wanna have the water off to the side and the pigment up here because I wanna have a little to pull from. So I'm gonna take this, mix that up. You know what? I kind of like that yellow the way it is. It's kind of really pretty. So I think I'm going to take this onto my painting. So remember, I'm doing a warm color, cool color thing. So on all the squares that are outside of my subject, all the negative space, that's going to be warm colors. And the positive space, that's going to be my cool color. Now I'm going to show you a crazy trick. You know that each one of these squares has to be a different tone. Check this out. I don't even need more color. I can just take my brush, add more water to it, and I'm actually going to put it over here. I'm going to move it to this one. So I'm going to take a little more pigment, put it in here, a little more water, and check out what happens when I add more water to the pigment. Do you see how it is so much paler? So when I have less watercolor and more water, so less pigment and more water, it changes the tone of the color. So I didn't even have to mix anything. I just added more water. Now I'm going to show you mixing. I don't want to take this brush because it has yellow on it. I don't want to take it and put it into anything like this. Do I want to put it into my clean water? No way, man. I want to go to my bleh water. So I take my brush to my bleh water and I go tickle, 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 wipe, wipe, wipe. I'm going to do it again just in case. I tickle the bottom of the cup. I want it to kind of like giggle a little. Tickle, 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 wipe, wipe, wipe. Tickle, 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 wipe, wipe, wipe. Then I'm going to dry my paper towel and it's good to go. I'm going to take a little fresh water. I'm going to pull, let's pull some of this beautiful orange. I love that orange. And I'm going to add it to this. Oh my gosh, it looks like a sunrise. Okay, and you have to watch out because I just got excited and put my arm in that. Don't do that. So I want to get a little more water in this because I don't want it to be so strong. So do I just go in here and grab the fresh water? Bleh. Bleh. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Fresh water. Bing. Come in here. Oh, there we go. And let's see what I've got. Oh, that is super pale. It's kind of pale. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to amp it up. I don't have to clean my brush because these are my colors, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to pull some color from here, add it to this. Oh, you can even see it starting to get a little darker. And I'm going to come over here. Oh my gosh, do you see the difference? Just by adding a little more pigment to that color and not as much water, you can see how strong a color it is. So there we go. This is using amazing tube watercolors for 4th graders because you are rock stars and you are ready. I'll see you guys later.